definitely gonna bruise. Why am I? Oh my gosh, I'm such a klutz.
You know that all you have to do is stay a minute, just take your time.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Michaela, and today I'm going to be talking about my breast augmentation. But before we get started, please make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications, and like this video. So at 21 years old, obviously, I didn't really know much about what I should be doing prior to getting a breast augmentation. But something that I liked that I did was I kept seeing like different doctors. I consulted with like this first doctor, and I felt like even though he was a good doctor, I just felt like he wasn't the doctor for me. Certain things were red flags to me with that doctor. So I just kept going to other consultations where eventually I found my doctor. The thing is that I was so set about the size that I wasn't really trying to figure out like what would happen in the long run. I knew that I wanted to have more symmetrical, fuller breasts because I definitely lost a lot of volume in my breasts, and they both were very different sizes. But at the same time, I didn't realize that as I got older, my breasts would get bigger. We think that because we're 21 that we're grown, or we think we're a certain age that we're grown, and that doesn't mean that your boobs aren't gonna grow. Being 21 years old, I was like, oh, well, I just want my breasts to look fuller. So I wanted 400 cc's. And a girlfriend of mine had 400 cc's. I looked at her breasts and I compared them to mine. I was like, yeah, that's a perfect size. Not realizing that everybody's body type is different. So 400 cc's was probably a C cup to her, but for me, it winded up being something totally different. So I think it's really important to just realize, even though you want a certain size, that's not always the case. I would say that my size was like a small D, full C. I was really happy with the results. I loved it. Everything was great. As time went by though, I gained weight and my boobs kept growing as I gained weight. So as I gained weight, I went from, a small D to now a triple D. I kid you not, I'm wearing a bra right now, and I definitely wish that I could actually find one that fits me, because since I have a tiny structure, I'm very petite naturally, I just feel like it's really hard to find my size. Usually I find bras that are triple D 32, but in reality I'm a G 30. But it's really hard to find a G 30, especially if you just want to go to the mall or something like that. So that was one thing that really I wish I would have considered before getting my breast augmentation. Another thing is the complications. Just because you have a really good doctor doesn't mean that you can't have complications. So for me, this is something I have not talked about publicly yet, but my left breast has been in a lot of pain lately. I realized that a part of my implant's not fully in the muscle, because I did under the muscle. A part of it's not there. And it has nothing to do with my surgeon. My surgeon did all the right things. I think it's because of my own anatomy. Sometimes your body rejects your implant. And I don't believe that it fully rejected my implant, but I believe that when it was placed in there, my body was just like, no, what is this? So I might have to get another surgery. I just know that I don't want to keep having surgeries, Everybody's body's different. Also, you have to consider that when you get a breast augmentation, you have to keep it up. You're gonna have to, every 10 years get a new implant. And it's definitely a lot of maintenance over time, because, I got my breasts done when I was 21. That means 31, 41, 51, and however long I'm alive, because you don't want also for your implants to leak. And depending on what you have in your implants, you could get sick. You have to be really careful. So that was another thing I should have considered. Another thing too is like, if I ever want to take my implants out, there's gonna be a lot of extra skin. Obviously, I would need some type of other reconstructive surgery if I wanted to do that. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of the reality, a little taste of the reality. I feel like as a woman, it's really important for us to have a right and a say in what we do with our bodies. So that's why I'm pro surgery. For those of you who kind of question it, I love myself. I love the way I look, and I loved the way I looked before, but this was something that I was insecure about, and I wanted to do it for myself and not other people. So I feel like that's something you also have to think about when you get surgery is, who am I doing it for? Am I doing it for my boyfriend, or am I doing it for my friends, or am I doing it for me because I want to do it, And I feel like with also making such a big decision like that, you should also have the knowledge to back it up, because there's a lot of things that I realized that I wish I would have known before having surgery. The recovery from getting my breast augmentation was not that bad. I would say that it was way less painful than getting my wisdom teeth pulled, but everybody's different, like I said. So just consider like your pain tolerance as well, because if you can't really tolerate pain, then chances are having any type of surgery may not be right for you. There's so many things that you could do. There's so many tricks that you could do with your bra, like they have bombshell bras, push-up bras. There's even like makeup contouring. There's so many things that you could do where a lot of people aren't even getting breast augmentations anymore because they're finding other ways to maybe make your breasts look, the way you want them to in your dress. I feel like women would do each other more justice if we could talk about stuff like this, because a lot of people have like this horrible stigma about, having surgery, where a lot of people lie about having surgery. A lot of people feel like they can't ask other women questions. So I feel like you guys should definitely have the resources. There's a website called realself.com, and I used it when I was figuring out what to do with my surgery, and I think you guys should use it. It's like a Yelp for plastic surgery, and all of the women are really supportive of each other. You don't have to say your name, you could be anonymous, and I just love that, because it sucks that people can't really talk about surgery and talk about their experiences, or talk about, certain questions that they have. So platforms like that are really important for us women who, are pro-surgery, or, pro having the choice, right? But hopefully this helped you guys. This is just a little rundown of what I've went through. I appreciate all of your support, and I'll see y'all next time. But remember, you will boss. Bye!
Tell me why I'm so obsessed with the thought that you were coming home, you just got lost. And suddenly I can't speak sober words, 'cause you take my sanity